Hi, I'm Tammy, and I just want to welcome you to Tea with Tammy. This is episode 1, and I'm so happy that you've decided to join me today. I have my cup of tea here, right here. Today, it's apple cinnamon tea by Celestial, and it's an herbal tea. So that's going to start me off on this chilly morning, which we haven't had a chilly morning in a long time. So I just wanted to welcome you and let you know that I'm going to be doing Tea with Tammy probably about twice a month. I'm going to try and shoot for Mondays or Tuesdays, just depending on the schedule. And what we're going to be doing today or over the next few weeks is learning how to make things with our tea bags, right? Because as long as we're drinking all this tea, we don't want to waste all those good papers, right? So today is just going to be an introductory as to how to work with your tea bags and what to start with them, what to start doing. There's so many different applications for tea bags. You could make them into a journal. You could put them into an art quilt. You could just draw on them. You could doodle on them and then put them in a little book. It could be your own little keepsake book that you have. You could write a word of the day and doodle around that and put them in a book. You could put them in encaustic work, which is what I work in. So that's what I'm going to be showing you as we go on, how to kind of incorporate different kinds of tea bags into your encaustic work. So today we're just going to kind of experiment with getting the tea out, drying them, and just see how that goes. So first I'm going to go ahead and flip my camera around and, oh, maybe I'm not. Okay, so we're going to be working with obviously used tea bags. Okay, so here's a used tea bag. This one, just in case you're curious, was by Tivana. It's Jasmine Citrus, a delicious tea. And this one I'm going to show you as an example is this one's Bigelow. It's a green tea with pomegranate. And I think you can see the difference in the color in that. That pomegranate really turned it a little purpley. So depending on what type of tea you're drinking, you'll get a different color variations in your tea bag. So this is the tea I'm drinking right now, the cinnamon, apple cinnamon I think it's called. So I kind of squish it like that to let it, so when it dries it'll be darker in some areas and lighter in others. And then you want it to thoroughly dry before we go ahead and empty the tea leaves out of the tea bag. Now you'll see most of them have a string and a staple. Actually, this one doesn't look like it has a staple. But what you want to do to avoid ripping it is just give it a little spritz of water. I just have a little spritzer here, and I'm just going to spray it very, very gently. And then that will allow you to kind of pull open where that string is. Okay. And this one, you know, every tea bag is tied differently, so you'll just have to figure it out. So actually that one, I think I'm going to grab a little scissors and just do a little clip right here. Okay, so that I can pull that rope right out. Okay, and you can use these little tea tags for something else, especially if you're doing any kind of mixed media work. And so this area is stuck right there, and I'm okay with that, with a little bit of ripping. I don't mind that at all. I'm going to do one more little spray. Let's see if I can get that to soften. The reason why you want to spray it with a little bit of water is because it's much more pliable with when it's a little bit damp. You don't want it, you know, drenched, because obviously we just dried them, but just a little bit of dampness will help you kind of peel it apart. There we go. Okay, so I've got I've got it open now, and your tea leaves are all in the center, but you'll see a seam going right down the center, and I'd like to open that up on one end. So you just pick an end. I'm going to pick this end. Okay, I'm going to make like a hole here, and I am going to get a piece of paper that I have previously folded in half just to catch my tea leaves. Okay, now I might save these. You can use them in different ways. You can adhere them as collage elements. Let me see if I can get all that emptied out of there. Good. Okay, so now here's my tea bag, right? And there's my tea leaves. So you can go ahead and move that off to the side so it's out of your way. And now we're going to work on opening up this seam. So I'm going to do a light little spritz right up the top to see if that'll help us pull this apart. So you want to be really gentle. You know, if you rip your tea bag, that's okay. I think it'll add to the character of the tea bag. But if you get it just a little bit damp like this and pull really gently, there we go. I got it completely open. See, this one side is a little sticky. Oh, but I got it completely open, right? So let's get rid of that extra tea that's on there. Sorry, I'm just doing it right off the side of the camera onto my pile of tea. Okay, and so now you see it has some unique marks in it. Okay, and that's what we're looking for. And I think as the weeks go on, I'm going to go ahead and open up a few of these, and then we'll look at different things we can use in mark making. Now, if you're going to use these tea bags in acrylics, right, you can use any kind of mark making, except maybe oil paint, because you always want lean under fat. Okay, that's kind of the rule of thumb. So, but yeah, I don't know if you really want to mix acrylics and oil paints. Some people do, but you just put a little bit of oil paint on top of your acrylic. So that's a whole nother YouTube video that somebody else can help you with. We're not going to work on that today. So my main focus is to add some marks, additional marks to these tea bags, and then we're going to incorporate it into encaustic pieces. So I have some small 4x4 squares. So this one is one that has about 3 coats of wax, and then it has some wax colorings on the side. So I'm going to use this to adhere. I think I'm going to make some circles on here or something, and I'm going to adhere that right into my encaustic piece. Okay, you could clean this up and let it dry again and journal on it like we talked about it. If I'm going to make any marks on it, I'm going to use a micron pen. This one is a micron 05. Just, let's see if I got a dry spot, you know, whatever you want to do. Okay, so there's a little tiny flower. You can put whatever you want. You can, like I said, you can write words on it, whatever, and then you can use these in your art. Now, the reason why I like to add it to encaustic wax is because when you add this wax to very thin papers like this, they turn invisible. So all you'll be able to see are the marks that are left. And sometimes that also happens when you use matte medium in a journal with acrylic paint and stuff. You can also kind of make it go invisible. So that's what we're going to be working on the next few weeks, and I hope you come back and join us with Tea with Tammy. And make sure next time you have your cup of tea ready to go and a few tea bags from whatever you've whatever you've had to drink previously. So thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Bye.